when we present a pressure map, not all pressures are created the same. I like to look at them through three different lenses: impact, confidence, and likelihood to change. So what is confidence? Confidence just means, hey, how likely is it that this pressure that I'm observing is real? So another way of saying that is, what is the breadth of audiences that I heard this from? Was I able to cross-validate it robustly using qualitative and quantitative methods? When I was talking to people and doing qualitative methods, did I hear it from one person or lots of people? If I heard it from one person, I can have kind of low confidence in it. But hey, if it kept coming up in research interview after research interview, pretty high confidence that there's something going on there. That's different than impact. So impact is, how much did that seem to change people's behavior? So you can have something in which you are highly confident. I heard it many, many times. The p-value is quite high, but it didn't seem like the primary thing that was motivating them. So the R value, the sort of effect size, is considerably lower. So you could think about something like, I don't know, cost. Everybody mentions the cost of M&Ms, but they didn't seem to be the determinant thing that changed their behavior in a strong way. That would be high confidence, low impact. You can imagine a different thing where someone said, you only heard about cost from one person, but man, he really said it was the most important thing for him. That'd be opposite. It'd be low confidence, but really high impact. Those two, you can measure them in the data. They're relatively more solid. There is a somewhat, more subjective version to those objective ones, and that is likelihood to change. What is likelihood to change? I like to measure or label pressures as likelihood to change, saying within the confines of this project, and within the confines of the thing that we're doing, do we think that's a pressure we can affect? So if you think about a high confidence, high impact pressure, which is our favorite kind of pressure, right? Because it means it applies to lots of people and seems to be really important, but we might not be able to do anything about it in the context of this project. So we might say, hey, everybody really cares about cost. It's the most important thing, but based on what they're saying, I'm not sure that we can affect their perception of cost just because of how this is positioned in this particular project. This is important as we move into the design step, because what we want ideally is to look at really high confidence, really high impact things that I feel really likely to change. And as those move away, when they become lower rather than higher, we'll have to kind of keep those trade-offs in mind as we decide where we're going to put our intervention resources.